Hello and welcome to Rathods Science Academy. Today in this session we are going to see current affairs of 16th October 2024. So whatever the articles which are relevant from our examination point of view, we are going to squeeze them from our newspaper and we are going to see from both prelims and as well as mains point of view. So let us see the first article. So let's see the title guys. IMD issues red alert for many districts in AP. So here there are two important keywords that you have to focus. First one is about your IMD and second one is why they gave red color alert. Okay, so let us see the keywords. First one is Indian Meteorological Department and next one is color code of IMD. So from which subject you will be seeing this article? So from GS paper 1 under geography and from GS paper 3 under disaster management. So under geography, what exactly you will be seeing? You will be seeing about cyclones. And in these cyclones, what are the dimensions you have to see? What are the suitable conditions? So in cyclones, you have to see important dimensions like what are the suitable conditions for formation of cyclones. And in the cyclones, we have two types of cyclones. That is temperate cyclones and as well as tropical cyclones. So you have to see what are the differences between temperate and as well as tropical cyclones. And you have to see, very important thing, differences between Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. So if you see the recent trend, there is increased number of cyclones which are originating in Arabian Sea is happening. So here you have to see what are the reasons for that. And you have to see other names of cyclones. So in India, we are calling it as cyclone. So what is the name that we call if the same phenomena which happens near Australia, near USA? We have different names like hurricanes, willy willies. So you have to see other names. So from these other names, you can get your prelims based questions. Okay. And even there is one more concept called as anticyclones. So what is this anticyclones and what are the differences between these cyclones and anticyclones? So all these are the important concepts that you have to know. And one more important thing here is from disaster management, you have to see what is the role of IMD in giving early warning. In giving early warnings. Okay, not only IMD, you have to see what is the role of World Meteorological Organization as well. So these two are very important from your disaster management from GS paper 3 point of view. And even there is one more area that you have to focus here is IMD will be giving you 4 color codes and you have to see which are those colors and what is significance of that color code, because in this article it said about red color code to AP now. So all these are the dimensions where you can get question in your mains and as well as prelims. So why it is a news? IMD issues color coded weather warning system to alert people about severe or hazardous weather that could cause great damage and that could cause even disruption in their life, in transportation, communication, everything. And even it also says that there is also danger to the life of the people who are present in this region. So actually, how many types of color code as I said? So there are 4 color coded warning systems. So first one is green, next one is yellow, orange and red. So now let us see what is this color code is about. So if there is a green color code, there is no severe weather expected. So normally we will be having day-to-day weather. So there will be no change in weather. So if IMD is giving you yellow color, that means be aware, you have to remain alert and you have to keep up to date with the latest forecast. And if it is giving orange color code, that means you have to be vigilant, you have to see and you have to take some precautions. And red color means you have to be extra vigilant and you have to follow orders and advice of the community, and as well as you have to take care of your things and you have to take some extraordinary measures because it may cause severe weather impact, disruptions, everything. So now let us see some facts regarding even IMD. So in your prelims, you can get a question on this IMD as well. So they may give 2 to 3 statements and they may ask which are the correct or which are the incorrect statements in your prelims. So IMD, when it was established in year 1875, comes under which ministry? This ministry is very important. It comes under Ministry of Earth Sciences under Government of India. And what is the responsibility of this IMD? IMD need to focus on meteorological observations. It have to study about the weather and climate changes, and it has to go for early warning, and it have to give the warning to the different district level authorities. And next one is it will be also focusing on seismology. What is this seismology? It will be studying about seismic waves. It is related to earthquakes. And where is the headquarters located? In New Delhi. So not only the headquarters, even we have 6 regional specialized meteorological centers. Okay. IMD is also one of the important organ of WMO, that is World Meteorological Organization. And see this topic. In Telangana, Rajnath lays foundation stone for Navy radar system. So what is the keyword here? Keyword is Navy radar system. So it is very important topic from your prelims. So here, how can you expect a question in your prelims? So recently, our government of India inaugurated Navy radar system in which state? In this way, you can get a simple question, or else you can get statement-based question like, so recently, our government of India inaugurated Navy radar system, which is the first in our country, but it is not first, it is second. Already first one is present in Tamil Nadu and second one is in now Telangana. And you have to know about applications of this radar system. So on these applications also, you can get a question in your prelims. So from GS paper 3 under science and technology, you will be reading this topic. And apart from that, from same GS paper 3 under internal security, we will be seeing this article. So how you can use this article in your mains? For example, if you are writing any answer regarding how government of India is improving its defense system, you can give an example that recently our government of India inaugurated second Navy radar system in state of Telangana. Already we had first one in Tamil Nadu. And even you have to know in which year this first radar system had been established in Tamil Nadu. So you have to know some basic things so that there is a high chance of getting question from your prelims in 2025. So remember this topic and keep star mark for this topic. So why it is in news? So here our defense minister laid foundation stone for India's second very low frequency radar system, and it comes under very low. It is not high frequency. On this also you will be getting confused in your examination. It is very low frequency radar system in Vikarabad, Telangana. So this facility is going to be getting into operation by 2027. So now in 2024 they laid stone, and 2027 it will be going to operate. And what is advantage of this system? So it will enhance our navy communications with ships and as well as submarines. So from here they are going to control submarines, and as well as it will improve navy communication. So why we are giving now importance to our navy? Why? Rather than army, why we are giving this importance for navy? Because of increasing of importance to Indo-Pacific region. And you know that India is a leader in global south, and India is having an increased responsibility of maintaining security and as well as safety in this Indo-Pacific region, right? So because of this, yes, now we need this kind of radar system so that we can efficiently maintain proper navy communications regarding if there is any piracy, if there is any security threat, if there is any oil spill. So everything we need to get the information for this. This radar system is very important. And next one here is because of increasing of aggressive expansionist policy of China, we need submarines to protect our territory. So for that also this kind of navy radar system is very important. So what are the key things that you have to get from this article? So we are focusing on strategic military development, especially very low frequency radar station is focusing on modernizing our defense capabilities, and we are now able to have improved communications and we can control now submarines. That means yes, whatever the evolving warfare now it is happening, so we are modernizing our equipment based on the future warfare. And next one here is we are going to have improved naval coordination. So this will provide better communication between the naval vessels. It is very important for operational readiness. If you're doing any operation, so without proper communication, we can't efficiently do that. So if you go back to our history itself, in modern history, so many Britishers, many European countries, they came to India as colonies, right? So India became a colony of different countries. For example, French they came, for example, Dutch they came, for example, British they came. So always there was rivalry between French and Britain. So always whenever the war which happened between French and Britain, Britain will be having superior over French because Britishers they have good communication compared to that of French. So in the same way, if we need to have the proper operational readiness, if we need to have the proper response while we are doing any operation, we need this kind of better communication. So that we are focusing on. We learn from the mistakes of history and we are focusing on developing of communications now. And next one here is even we are focusing on environment as well. So here whenever we are coming up with this kind of things, we have to go for deforestation for sure, right? So this project here which is going to be happen in the future, so it is going to occupy around 1174 hectares of forest land. Okay, so because of this again there is some question which is raising about how we can save our environment. It is coming in some forest area. So when we are going for this kind of development projects, again there will be impact on our environment. So here there is theory of doctrine of double effect. So we can apply here, and from this also you can get a case study in your ethics. That is development versus environment. And next one here is regional development. So here we have to focus on security versus environment. Again, this is an example of doctrine of double effect of your ethics. So on this you can get a case study. Okay, make a note of this as well. And next one is we are focusing on even regional development. So this project is expected to stimulate local economic growth because it will be promoting the local job creation, and even we are going for development of local infrastructure. And next one here is we can also improve the bilateral relation between central government and as well as state government. So it is also an example of cooperative federalism. So as you all know that center and state need to cooperate and coordinate with each and every area so that we will be having proper cooperative federalism. So if we are having this kind of project in our state, so that our state will be properly coordinating with center, so that it is also an example of cooperative federalism. So whenever you are writing any answer of cooperative federalism in your polity, you can also add this point of establishing this kind of operations or this kind of naval things. Yes, we can also enhance cooperative federalism. And next one here is, so this is also an example of technological advancements. So we are focusing on increasing of our naval capabilities such that we will become competitive in marine security. And even if you see historically, we already have first this kind of station in Tamil Nadu, and when it was there from since 1990 onwards. It is one of the milestone in our Indian naval history, and this is also one of the milestone now in this present 21st century. Okay, so these are things that you have to see, and you have to see the applications of this radar system. And see the next article, India US conclude $3.5 billion deal for procurement of 31 armored UAVs. What is this UAV? Unmanned aerial vehicles. It is also called as drones. So can you tell me different types of drones? Classification of drones. I think in your science and technology class, sir discussed about this. Unmanned aerial vehicles, what are the applications of this, and different kinds of drones, and different classification of drones. So tell me the classification. So we have large drones, medium drones, small drones, and very small drones. Based on what criteria? We are dividing the drones into different types. So what is the criteria? Based on weight, yes or no? Based on size. Okay, so why we need these drones now? So what are the applications of drones? In which areas we can use these drones? For surveillance, next. Next. So in which areas will be using these drones? Photography, next. Precision agriculture. For transport purpose, like even there are many times delivery will be done by this. Next. Agriculture, surveillance, next. Next. Okay, open your science and technology book and refer this topic after this class. Okay. So this article is talking about UAVs, that is unmanned aerial vehicles. So this article is important from your GS paper 3 under science and technology. So I will tell you what are the dimensions you have to see. So what are these unmanned aerial vehicles? And you have to see applications of these UAVs, and you have to see the classification of these UAVs, and you have to see in which kind of drones we need to take permission from Director General of Civil Aviation, okay, DGCA. Okay, you have to see DGCA permission is required for using of which kind of drones, and in which areas we can't use these drones. So can you tell me examples like which are the restricted areas of using of drones? Huh? Yes, cantonment areas, next. Border areas. And near airport, can we fly them? Near airports? No. So you have to see in which areas this drones use is restricted. It is very important. And you have to see what are the guidelines to be followed to use this drones. Okay. So these are the dimensions you have to know for sure regarding this UAVs. I think might be sir said about all those things, so revise your notes. Okay, so if you see the context, it says that India and US have finalized $3.5 billion deal for 31 MQ-9B armored UAVs. So here we are talking about not civilian UAVs, we are talking about armored. That means it can be used by army, it can be used by air force and as well as navy people. So why? Because we can increase our India's intelligence. As you said, it is also very helpful for surveillance of our border areas, and as well as we can increase our reconnaissance capabilities. That means we can be ready for if there is any attack going to happen, if there is any suspicion, so we will become very much activated and we will be ready to retaliate that attack. And this contract, which includes advanced weaponry, and also we will be getting logistic supports from USA if you are having this kind of deal. So what happens, it will be very important for our Indian military, particularly Navy, in monitoring Indian Ocean region. Again, there is one more important point you have to be noted is, so how India is increasing its surveillance in Indian Ocean region. So if you're getting any question in this way, like as you know that India is sharing boundary with Indian Ocean region, so India is having increased presence in this Indian Ocean region, and because of increasing of importance for Indo-Pacific region, how India can ensure safety and security in this region. Okay, so if you're getting this kind of question, you can use this naval radar system, and you can write about even procurement of armored UAVs, so that we are going to monitor this Indian Ocean region effectively. Right? Have you understand? Are you getting the points like how you have to use these articles in your mains? Okay. So now if you see the important details that you have to remember, first one is, yes, if you're having this kind of agreements, we can improve bilateral relations and we can improve our strategic relations with USA. And next one here is we can also ensure our regional security. And even US is also having its own interest in this Indian Ocean region, right? For example, why it is coming up with Malabar, why it is coming up with Quad? Because it wants to increase its presence in this Indian Ocean region. If US is providing this kind of technology for India, it is a win-win situation for both India and as well as for US, right? And next one is we can also enhance military capability. Okay, we will be having better surveillance and quicker response time in the military operations, especially in this maritime domains, and even the force multiplier of Navy can be ensured. Yes, if the Navy is getting this kind of advanced technology from US, we can increase our monitoring in this Indian Ocean region so that we can reduce our resilience on traditional aircrafts. So what are the traditional things which are less advanced now we are using? So rather than that, we can get some advanced things from the developed countries so that we can increase our monitoring and surveillance in Indian Ocean region. So we have to modernize our equipment based on the changing times. And next one here is we can have the diverse weaponry, like even we can include various missiles, various bombs, so we can increase our defensive capabilities in military operations. So once we start modernizing our equipment, then we can understand that how we have to modernize other equipment so that we can focus on improving of our defense strategies. And next one here is we can also get proper logistic and maintenance also from this US, so that what happen if you are getting this kind of technology and once we start using them, if there is any repair, who will be doing that repair? Obviously our local industries. So local industries will also get an opportunity to get modern technology, and they will be also working on that kind of technology so that we can in future we can get indigenous development of that kind of equipments. And next one here is this will be helpful for Make in India and as well as self-reliant India or Atmanirbhar Bharat in our defense technology. And next one here is we can also focus on indigenous development now, because in the long term defense sustainability will happen whenever we are developing in our country rather than depending on another country. Because I don't know whether you know this thing or not. So whenever we are getting any equipment from the different countries, will we get really advanced technology of 2024? No, always it will be like 2020 or 2019 or 2021 technology which had been outdated in that country, they will be exporting to our country, right? So because of this, always when we are depending on other countries for defense, it is not at all good for our country. So we have to focus on self-reliance. And next one is, so when you are getting this kind of equipment from US, it will be very much helpful for operational flexibility. Okay. Yeah, next article, see this title. Center set up 3 AI research hubs on health, agri and cities. So what is this article is about? AI research hubs. So why we need this AI research hub? What is AI? Artificial intelligence, right? So why we need this kind of AI research hubs in India? So why we need AI research hubs? So whether we need this or not, then why? Why we need this research centers? Yeah, hubs, why? Okay, so to increase the productivity in health and agriculture and cities, it is very important. So how can you use this artificial intelligence in this health? So what are the advantages of this AI in health? Hmm? Okay, early detection of diseases. Next, accessibility of drugs. How? Okay, accessibility of health services. Okay, can you give some example? So recently, one article is in news. Do you know this? AI-based 24 by 7 healthcare medical practitioner in primary healthcare centers in villages. So can we connect that article here? Yes or no? Okay. So can you tell me how we can use this AI in agriculture? AI in agriculture. Mm. Okay, how much quantity of fertilizers to be used for the for that so and so area? Next. So what are the problems in our agriculture so that you can think like how we can use AI to increase the productivity of agriculture? So what are the problems in our agriculture? Okay, soil fertility is decreasing. Okay, next. Water is decreasing. There is no proper irrigation facilities and productivity is very less. So if you're comparing with India and China, so the area grown in India is very much huge, compared to that of China. But productivity wise, China is getting more productivity compared to that of India. So why? What are the reasons? Okay, we don't have any technologies. So we are not using mechanization in our agriculture. And our agriculture is having a problem of like small land holdings. Yes, so because of all these problems, you are having very less agricultural productivity. So if you are using AI, at least we can increase this agricultural productivity to some extent. So why agricultural productivity is important now? Huh? So because of increasing of population, there is increase in the demand for food grains. So to ensure this food security, we have to focus on increasing of agricultural productivity. Apart from this, apart from this, yes, we can export these food grains to other countries. Next, okay, food sufficient. So if we are giving food sufficient, can we address this problem of malnutrition? Yes, for 100%. So what about this hidden hunger then? So if you are giving food grains, we can decrease this problem of hunger. But what about this hidden hunger? What is hidden hunger? Micronutrients deficiency. So how can we address this micronutrients deficiency? Okay, fortification. Can we use this AI for fortification? Yes? Are understanding my point why I'm asking these many questions? Okay, what about cities? Why we need this AI in cities? What are the problems in our cities? Huh? Lack of urban planning. Okay. So because of lack of urban planning, what are the problems that you are facing now? Urban floods. Next. Traffic. Okay. Yes, there is no waste management. There you have to see two things: solid waste management and wastewater management. Next. Yes, congestion. Okay. Next. Increasing of slum developments. For example, Dharavi in Maharashtra. Next. Problems in urban areas. You are staying in urban area right now. So tell me what are the problems that you are seeing? Polluted air. Okay. Next. Sewage water. That comes under wastewater management. Next. So now tell me how this AI can be used to address this problem of cities. Now think in this way. Tell me. Okay. So detecting air quality and okay, getting some recommendations. Okay. Next. Okay. Precision medicine. Next. So tell me about cities. Fast, fast. Okay, let us see this article. So this article is saying that center has announced the establishment of 3 centers of excellence, 3 research hubs on this AI, and they are focusing on 3 areas. First one is healthcare, second one is agriculture, and third one is sustainable cities. So this is mainly led by institutions like AIMS. AIMS is well known for health, right? And this one is IIT Delhi and IIT Rupar and IIT Kanpur. So if you are writing other exams regarding groups of your state examinations or SSC or any other examination, they will ask this also. Okay, IIT Delhi, IIT Rupar, IIT Kanpur. So which of these are involved in this kind of development of AI research hubs in India? So you have to focus that also if you are focusing on other examination, but UPSC will not focus on this. Okay, so these COEs will be collaborating with the industries and as well as startups, and they will enhance our India's role in global AI landscape. So we are going to have the research in this AI, and we will be using this AI to address the problems that we are facing in our healthcare, in our agriculture, and in our cities. So here we can understand that government is investing a lot in AI. So here you have to know about applications of AI. So I will be giving you the main question on this topic today. So you have to do some research regarding how this AI research hubs will be helpful to alleviate the problems of our healthcare sector, our agriculture sector, and how we can make our cities as sustainable cities by using this AI. Okay, it is very important. And next one here is we are focusing on strengthening of our healthcare. Especially we are focusing on coming up with some innovations in medical technologies. So nowadays we are using robots, we are using machines to do this operations. For example, many of you might be knowing about this laparoscopic surgeries. So laparoscopic surgeries will be done by machines. So the same way how we can use this AI to come up with the innovation technologies. Actually, there are some autoimmune disorders, that is genetic disorders. So for this genetic disorders, if you see the treatment, so we have to change the genes. Okay, we have to identify the detective genes and we have to replace that. So again, we have to use this SAS9, and even we recently identified one more molecular seizure apart from this SAS9. Yes, that is in the news. On Sunday, we discussed that one Sunday. So you have to see that how we can use this AI to improve our technology in our medicines, and even we have to understand about the patient care. So actually what is happening now is, if you see, some people they will be having different kind of genes, and some people they have different kind of molecules. Some people they will be having more and some people will be having less, based on their genetics where they came from. So whenever we are giving the same medicine to everyone, it is not at all suitable. So we have to identify the patient specific things and we have to give the medicine. That is called as precision medicine. For example, if you take the same medicine, for example, some people they are having contradiction with penicillin. If they are giving some medicine which it is not suitable for that person, within some minutes of time the life will be what happened lost, right? So we have to know exactly the patient informatics and patient details, and we have to give the medicine. So there AI will be very very helpful. And next one here is we can enhance the healthcare outcomes nationwide if you are using this AI. And next one here is we can also use this AI in agriculture so that we can improve our farming practices that will lead to increasing of productivity, and we can make this agriculture sector sustainable. Why? Because more than 60% of Indian population they are working in this agriculture sector, but the productivity is less. So what is the amount of this agriculture which is contributing to our GDP? Whether it is high compared to the manufacturing sector or like service sector? No, it is less. But if you see the population who are working in this sector, that is more than 60%. Then how we can make this agriculture feasible? No. So if you're using this AI, we can increase the sustainability of this agriculture sector. And this one here is urban sustainability goals. So we are focusing on especially using of AI in addressing challenges of urban areas. As you said, some challenges are pollution and some challenges are resource management, planning, and how we can increase the livable environment in this urban areas. And we can also boost our startup ecosystems, like we can also go focus on entrepreneurship, and whenever we are giving the projects to the local industries, that will also create job or employment opportunities can be increased, and again local economy can be boosted. And next one here is we can also go with international collaborations with other countries, so that we can get the technology from other countries, how they are using, like how they are maintaining the cities, how they are controlling the pollution in the cities, so that we can also attract some more talent and as well as investment to our country. And next one here is when we are using this, obviously we will be having holistic community benefits, like we can also improve the society and social impacts, and we can also improve the quality of life of the people. Clear? And see this article. Coastal flooding harms different tree species differently, says the study. So this article you can see from your environment and ecology, and as well as from your GS paper 3 disaster management. So when you are talking about disaster management, when you're talking about floods, you will be reading about what is the impact of these floods, right? So in the impact of these floods, you can add this article as an example that because of this coastal flooding, all trees are not affected same. So different trees will be affected differently. So here, if you see this gist, it says that how well trees grow depends upon what? Some trees will be growing more, some trees will be like that only. So why? Because if they're getting proper temperature, proper sunlight, proper water, proper soil, proper nutrients, right? So these are the things on which the growth of the tree will be dependent on. So even sea levels, whenever they are rising, especially some species of the coastal areas, they will be moved further inland. And especially what happened? So whenever the sea level is rising, the salinity of that so and so area will be decreased or increased? Decreased. So here this salt tolerant trees can be surviving that less salty water? No, right? So they will be having the impact on the growth of the trees because of this increasing of sea level. And next one here is researchers says that yes, trees will respond to the conditions differently. Do you know about this annual rings of the trees? So whenever any big tree had been cut down, you can see like light and dark color rings. So based on the rings, we can identify the age of that tree. So what happened here is, so now the tree rings, there is a correlation between the climatic condition and the tree response. So earlier we thought that if you are counting that rings, we can calculate the age of the tree. But now the recent study is saying that because of climate change, there is impact on the formation of that rings. So now it is not correct to identify the age of the tree based on the rings. And next one is this study says that local conditions like coastal forest, there is some impact on the tree growth. So they said that there is non-linear relationship that may contribute to the tree response. So especially whenever there is increasing of salinity or decreasing of salinity, whenever there is floods, whenever there is tides, whenever there is waves, whenever there is increasing of sedimentation, so everything will have impact on the tree growth. Especially saline tolerant trees, they are having more impact than compared to the other trees whenever there is increasing of this sea level. So this is a thing which mainly said. And next there is one more article. Sufferers awarded. So this article is talking about Nobel Peace Prize. So do you know about this Nagasaki and Hiroshima? So where are these areas present? In Japan. So why you know about these areas? So what happened in past? Atomic bomb explosion. Who did this explosion on this Japan? Which country? US. So why US targeted only Japan? So again you have to refer your World War II. Why US and Japan are like enemy countries. Okay, so actually in this year 2024, Nobel Peace Prize which awarded to an organization which is related to this Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So because of this is the news, and there is a high chance of getting question in your World War II, and from science and technology there is a high chance of getting question regarding atomic bombs or nuclear bombs or nuclear disarmament, because this organization is focusing on this nuclear disarmament from that time onwards. So now finally it got Nobel Peace Prize. So do you know the name of bombs which had been dropped on this Hiroshima and Nagasaki? What is the name of that bomb? Bomb name? No idea. I'll tell you. So this article is saying that the Peace Nobel Prize this year that given for especially an organization which is working on nuclear disarmament. Okay, so that organization name is Nihon Hidanko. So these are Japanese name. This will be like this only and you have to remember this. Okay, Nihon Hidankyo. So when it was founded, it founded on August 10th, 1956. So this organization will be like a group of the survivors from these atomic bombings in these two regions, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So this bomb was blasted by US in Japan in year 1945. So by this bomb, what happened? The end of this World War II happened. Okay. So Nagasaki conducted, the survivors are called as Hibakusha. So you can get a question like Hibakusha is in use, what it is related to, and they will give you options A, B, C, D. So Hibakusha is nothing but the survivors of this atomic bomb in Japan. Okay. So actually you have to know about history of this nuclear attack on Japan. On 6th August 1945, US dropped a bomb called as Little Boy. The name of that bomb is Little Boy on Hiroshima. So because of this, what happened? More than 1 lakh people they died in the spot. And later on 9th August 1945, and one more bomb was dropped by US in this Nagasaki region. That bomb name is Fat Man. Little Boy and Fat Man are the bombs which had been dropped by US in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And because of this bomb, around 40,000 immediate deaths happened. Okay. At that time, Japanese Emperor Hirohito announced Japan's surrender on 15th August. So bomb blast happened on 6th and as well as 9th August, and 15th August Japan surrendered to US, and finally that led to the collapse of Japanese nation. Finally that led to so at that time here emperor he said that if this is going to happen, like if they are going on dropping of bombs on Japan, what happens, the human civilization will be getting ended in Japan. So because of this, on this 15th August he surrendered towards US, and that led to the stopping of world war. So here, if you see this Nihon Hidanko, which claims that the only national-wide organization of atomic bomb survivors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It is only entire, in that country we have only one organization. So this organization is formed by the group of survivors of this atomic bombs in this Nagasaki and Hiroshima. And the important objective of this group is they want to promote the welfare of this Hibakusha. Hibakusha is nothing but the people who are survived from this bomb attack, and they want to eliminate nuclear weapons. Okay, and even they are seeking compensation for these victims. So till now there is impact of this atomic bomb on this Hiroshima and Nagasaki region. Okay, and this organization mainly focused on sharing experience of this Hibakusha, and they want to raise awareness about so how this damage affected their life. Finally they got Nobel Prize for their efforts. Okay, and see this next article. So today is World Food Day. So because of this, there are two articles regarding how we have to enhance food production and how we have to enhance food security and how we have to enhance agriculture productivity. So there are three articles. Two are in your editorial page, one is in your op-ed page regarding this World Food Day. So this article is saying that food sufficient India must also address this hunger and malnutrition by ensuring equitable access to healthy diets. So actually, yes, food is available and we are having food surplus after once we started this green revolution in 1960. So before 1960 scenario of India was very different compared to that of now, the present scenario. But even though hunger is very high in India, yes or no, and there is malnutrition which is present. So on this World Food Day, so they are saying that yes, we have to focus on healthy diets, not only on hunger, but even we have to focus on malnutrition. And especially we have to address this problem of hidden hunger, as I said earlier. Okay, so actually what are the problems now? There is increasing of cost of healthy diets. So if you remember in our yesterday's class, we discussed that there is increased food inflation. What is the percentage of food inflation now? It is 9.2%. So whenever there is increasing of cost of food, so can it will be affordable and accessible for everyone? No. So whenever there is increasing of food inflation, what happened? Accessibility will be decreased and affordability of the food will be decreased. So because of this, what happened? Impact, there is increasing of hunger, increasing of malnutrition, right? So here this article is saying that we have to transform our India's agri-food system so that we can ensure resilient, affordable and nutritious food for all, so that we can reduce the disparities and we can reduce unhealthy eating patterns which are existing now. So this article is saying that food efficiency, food sufficiency versus hunger. So achieving food sufficiency is not important, but we have to focus on hunger-free nation, because still our country is facing this problem of hunger despite of adequate food production. So India as a country, if you see, India became like food importer, now it became food surplus and it is exporting the food for other countries. So rather than that, we have to focus on addressing the hunger in our country. So this is the thing which mainly said. And this one is the cost of healthy diet is increasing every day. The vegetable thali, so veg thali is nothing but the the plate which is having the food. So the thali price is very high now, and food inflation is 9.2%. So it is very difficult for this low income families to afford this nutritious food. So whenever there is no nutritious food, what happens? There will be increasing of problem called as malnutrition. And if you see the difference between urban areas and rural areas, yes, there is a disparity. So in which areas we are facing food insecurity, in urban areas or in rural areas? When we're comparing urban areas and rural areas, in which areas we have this food insecurity? Urban, okay. So rural population are disproportionately affected with this food security, because if you see the proportion of the people who are working in industries, it is very less in rural areas. So in agriculture, whenever they are getting work, it is unseasonal. So we don't know like when they will be getting work. Only in that specific time, like sowing time or like transplanting time or like harvesting time, they will be having work. So here rural people, they are affected more with this food insecurity, which indicates that yes, we have to make some targeted intervention so that we can ensure decreasing of hunger in these rural areas. And next one is we have to focus on even nutrition qualities as well. We have to increase protein rich foods, and we have to increase awareness about taking of nutritious rich food for the people. And we have to focus on fortification of our rice, like including vitamin A in the food, and even including some essential things like iron in our food, so that we can address the malnutrition problem. And next one here is even there are some socio-economic inequalities. So because of the socio-economic inequalities also, there is no proper access to the food. So we have to ensure socio-economic inequality should be addressed. That is a one priority in our policy making and as well as in our policy interventions. And next one is what are the policies we have, like regulating of our food prices, ensuring fair distribution, and we have to combat food insecurity, and we have to promote healthy eating now. Okay, so we need to have some changes in our India's agri-food system so that we can focus on even climate resilience food, and as well as we can focus on the drought resistant, we can reduce inequalities, we can promote healthier diet for all. So this is the way forward that you can write. So see one article, half of UAPA investigation spending for over 3 years. So what is this UAPA? Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. So here you have to know what is that act is about. So what are the provisions of that act? So why the investigations are pending regarding this UAPA. So all those things that you have to search and make the notes of that. So these are the important topics that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. So by this I'm concluding. If you really like this class, hit the like button, and please do share this class to your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy. And thank you so much for watching.